Alright, what's up everybody? Welcome in. This is BigBearForNation.com back here with another video, and today guys we are going to be doing something fun today. We're going to be kind of predicting of who do I think out of the NBA players is going to this year's All-Star game. Now if you guys haven't known, the All-Star game is kind of mixed up. It's kind of mixed up this year. Instead they're doing instead of doing what they normally do, those type of 3-point contests, all that, but instead of the actual NBA All-Star game, they're actually going to do some type of skills thing. They're going to put like a 3-on-3 I think it's a 4-team tournament, which is a Rising Stars tournament. So very excited about this year's All-Star. But anyway, like I said, we're going to be ranking all of these characters, or I should say all of these players here, and how I think their chances are going to be in making the All-Star team. So like I said, if you guys haven't already, make sure to hit the like, subscribe button, make sure to join the Discord. The link is in the description. And just check it out. Big community down there, so make sure to go check it out. Also, go follow me on Twitch, MoneyLord28. We have all our Xbox streams on there. Every single time we stream live on Xbox, you guys can follow me, MoneyLord28. And I could be live for tonight. So after this video, I could be live tonight. So make sure to join me. I do have to do the NFL live reaction show, and that's going to be coming up right after this video. So make sure you guys go check that out. And yeah, without further ado, let's go ahead and start ranking these players. But first, we have to go through the categories. So starting off the top, we have the players that are basically kind of lock starters. Like we know they're going to be in the All-Star game, and we probably know they're going to be starting in it. Then you have down here we have the guaranteed reserves, meaning guys that I bet are going to make it in, I think, but they're just going to be reserved instead of a starter. Then below that we have the players that are most likely to get in the All-Star game. Then below that we have the players that have a 50-50 shot at getting in. Below that we have the characters that probably won't get. I mean, probably not. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they did, but I think the odds are kind of against them. And down here we have no, and then down here we have kind of like the little category I like to put it, which means injuries, or you would make the All-Star team, but maybe you got injured, and maybe that might take your chances away from starting in the All-Star game. Alright, so or not playing, you're just simply not playing enough. Alright, without further ado, let's go ahead and get it going with the tiers. Like I said, there is a lot of characters here, so we're gonna have to roll here at a pretty quick pace here. So first, let's start off with Bam Adebayo. I mean, he's been pretty decent this year. I mean, Miami Heat, they haven't really been that bad. I'm gonna go 50-50 shot. I'm not really gonna guarantee Bam Adebayo for making it to the All-Star team. I wouldn't be surprised if he misses out, but I still think that Bam Adebayo's kind of been the main second option for that team. So I wouldn't be surprised if he gets in, because he's been in recent years. But I don't really expect his chances to be as good as it was from the previous year, though. Next up, we have Giannis. He's a lock-in starter. You know, is the Greek freak, ain't ever going around about him. I think he's a starter, and that's just completely honest, because I don't think. Plus, I think he's leading the East he's leading the East in voting right now for All Stars. So yeah, he's a lock starter. Next up, we got LaMelo Ball. LaMelo Ball has been great this year. I actually do think he will make it to the All-Star game this year. I think he's been great for Charlotte, even though they've been horrible this year. We're gonna put him at guaranteed reserve. I think he does get into the All-Star game this year. I really like LaMelo. We should be able to see him in the All-Star game. Like I said, even though the team is not really playing that well, I still like LaMelo Ball a lot. I think he's a guaranteed reserve. Next up, we have OG Anunoby. No, I don't see OG Anunoby making the All-Star team. I don't see it. I just don't think it's possible, because you have too many good players out there, which I do think he's going to get cut right away. So I'm not going to say he does not make the All-Star team. Next we have DeAndre Ayton. A couple years ago, 50-50 shot. Now, no, DeAndre, no. There's no shot he makes the All-Star team. Next we got Russell Westbrook. Now here's the thing about Russell Westbrook. He's been pretty damn good with Denver this year. I actually like how he's been really engaged. Like the way how he plays with Denver. And if he keeps this up, maybe he does have a slim shot. But I'm not gonna put him at no. I'm gonna put him probably not, because, like I said, I just think there's gonna be too many good players down there. I like Russell Westbrook this year. I think it's been pretty damn good. Like, it's kind of unfortunate for Russell Westbrook though. I'm not gonna completely count him out, because I think he has a slim shot. Basically, what he's been doing down there with the triple doubles. But like I said, too many good players players, I don't think he edges out. This is unfortunate because Russell Westbrook's been pretty damn good this year. Next up, we got Lonzo Ball. Injuries, man. The injury just hit Lonzo Ball. Now I know he did kind of make his return this season, but let's be honest, he's not making the All-Star team. I mean, it'll be shocking to make the All-Star team, but not really gonna count on him making the All-Star team. I think he's just been injured. He hasn't really played that much. Next up, we have Paolo Banchero. Now you could put him right here because in this category too. Injuries, not playing because he hasn't really played that much. But I think Paolo Banchero, I mean, he is coming back, and I think he does have a great shot. I'm going to put him at reserve right now, but he can easily be a starter, especially if Joel Embiid does not make the All-Star team. He could be bumped up to a starter, so I wouldn't be surprised, but I'm not going to lock him in as a starter, but I do think he will make it to the All-Star as a guaranteed reserve. Next, we have Desmond Bane. I mean, this is kind of unfortunate because Desmond Bane, he's been pretty good damn shooting the basketball too, but I just gotta say, I don't think Desmond Bane make the All-Star team. I mean, I would be shocked if it did happen, but I mean, let's be honest here. There's a lot of players out there better than Desmond Bane, so we gotta say no. Next we have Harrison Barnes. No, I don't think there's a shot he makes the All-Star team. I mean, he's decent, but I just don't think he makes it through. Next we have Scotty Barnes. Probably not. Listen, I love Scotty. I think he did get injured earlier in the year, which I do think that will cost him a little bit. But if you're asking me, I'm gonna go probably not. I think he barely edges out. Next up, we have Bradley Beal. Probably not either. Listen, I'm not a big fan. I'm kind of disrespecting Bradley Beal. I think he's a very average player. I do think he'll be just fine. I think he rolls well with Phoenix. But if you just look at what he did this year, I don't think it's going to be enough to put him through the All-Star game. It's kind of like Russell Westbrook, but I think Russell Westbrook's actually been better than Bradley Beal this year. So just saying. Next up, we have Devin Booker. I think he'll make it. I'm gonna lock him in as a guaranteed reserve too. I love Devin Booker a lot. He's been balling out this year, basically right behind Kevin Durant. I like this guy a lot. I think he's a guaranteed reserve. I'll actually be kind of shocked if he didn't make the All-Star team. Next, we have Jaylen Brown. I think this man's an All-Star potential. I really think he is. I mean, former Finals MVP. I mean, it'll be shocking to see that this man does not make the All-Star team. But it'll be honest, I'm not gonna put him most likely because I'm basically just guaranteeing him a roster spot. So we'll find out. Next, we got Jalen Brunson. Hey Pete. Next up we got Jalen Brunson. Sorry guys, that's my dog. Next up we got Jalen Brunson. Guarantee reserve. Listen, this guy is special. I do think he took a little bit of a step down from last year, even though he is great still. I still think it took a little bit down, a little bit increasing from last year. But I'm still gonna lock him as an All-Star. This guy is still great. Next we got Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler's hard because he has all these situations going on with Miami. I mean, he has a chance because last time I saw it was like fifth in the East voting. We're gonna say 50-50 shot because he was leading the kind of in right middle of the pack. I think he was in fifth place in East voting in the front court. So I think if he holds that up, I do think he has a slim shot. It just won't be a guarantee though. So I'll say 50-50 shot. He's right there with Bam. Next up we have Cade Cunningham. I think he's most likely to get in. I'll be surprised if Cade Cunningham misses the All-Star game. Listen, like I said, the Pistons have not been a bad team this year, and the reason why they haven't been a bad team is because he's been balling out. He has been absolutely fantastic. But yeah, I do think he is more likely to get into the All-Star game. He's been great. Next up, we have Stephen Curry. I'm actually, this might be surprising, but I'm not gonna lock him in as a starter. I do think he'll be a reserve though, and it's kind of shocking too because especially with Luka Doncic. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do it to him. I think Luka Doncic is not gonna be playing the All-Star, so we're gonna be saying that Steph Curry gets the start in front of Luka Doncic because, like I said, injury. But yeah, I do think Steph Curry is going to make the All-Star team. There's no worries about that. Next we have, who is this? Is this Ty Johnson? No. I might get the name wrong, but I don't care. He's not going to be. He's not making the All-Star team. Next we have AD. I'll guarantee him as a reserve. I do think he was good enough this year to at least get the reserve unit. He was off to a strong, dominant start for the season, and AD he's really doing a good job of protecting his health too, which is something that's been a main concern about him in recent years. But AD, I do think he gets in this year. Next, we have DeMar DeRozan. Earlier in the year, Probably not. But now he's really starting to pick it up, and he's really starting to play better, and his votes are starting to come up a lot. I'm gonna say 50-50 shot because he was off to a slow start, but I'm not gonna write him off the cliff. We'll say 50-50 shot. Like I said, he's starting to play better, so we'll see how that develops. But yeah, I would say it's a 50-50 shot for him. Next, we have Luka Doncic. I would lock him in as a starter, but we're going to go ahead and put him in here as a guaranteed reserve. Like, he is out right now, so let's see if he's out for the All-Star break. We don't know what the injury really is, but yeah, I'm going to lock him in as a reserve, definitely if he does not make it, because I don't think he'll start in the playoff game, in the All-Star game if he's injured, but we'll guarantee him a reserve spot. Next, we have Kevin Durant. Yeah, he's a lock starter. I mean, there's literally no shot Kevin Durant misses the All-Star game. There's just no shot. Next, we have Anthony Edwards. You can make an argument that he should be a lock starter, and I have no arguments against that. But we're gonna put him as a guaranteed reserve. He's making the All-Star. There's no shot Anthony Edwards misses the All-Star game. Next, we have Joel Embiid. I'm gonna put him right there. He hasn't played enough games for me to put him in the All-Star game. I mean, come on, Joel Embiid has literally been out for the first 8 weeks of the season. Like if you do that, you're not really going to make the All-Star team. You can't really expect yourself to be in the All-Star team when you've been injured for majority of the season. Like I say, if you weren't, I would put you up here and maybe a lock starter, but I can't do it. I mean, you've just been injured too much. Next, we have De'Aaron Fox. I think he's more likely to get in. I'll be honest, I love De'Aaron Fox. I like his potential. I think he's a really good player, and if he gets in that West front court, I think he's going to be a great reserve player. I think he's really love awarding this year. I'm gonna get most likely. He's been pretty damn good with the Kings this year. Next, we have Darius Garland. Now, here's the thing about Darius Garland. I know the odds are kind of against him a little bit, but if I'm being honest, but you got to put some Cavs players in there, especially how dominant Cleveland has been this year. I'm not going to say a guarantee spot for Darius Garland, but I will give him a 50-50 shot just because it would be kind of stupid if the NBA didn't put the Cleveland Cavaliers and Oklahoma City Thunder. It would be stupid they didn't have at least 2 All-Stars on the team. So I wouldn't be surprised if Darius Garland gets one of those votes, but because he made an All-Star team before, so we're going to put him at a 50-50 shot. Next, we have Paul George. He hasn't really been the best this year. But if you look at it earlier, in previous years, you would put him more up here. But if you look at it this year, I'm gonna say 50-50 shot because it's just Paul George, and I think he has a slight chance, but because he has so many All-Star appearances already. But I gotta say 50-50 shot this year. Next, we have Josh Giddey. Probably not. I mean, I like Josh Giddey. I like his defense. I think he has a lot of potential, but I just don't think he's All-Star caliber yet. He's just not there. But I won't absolutely not say that there's no chance he makes the All-Star team. I say there's a slight chance, but it's not looking that good. Next, we have Shea. I mean, if you don't have Shea in the All-Star, especially the starter, the way he's been performing this year, basically like MVP caliber kind of player, then that's ridiculous. Next, we have Rudy Gobert. I'm gonna say 50-50 shot because Rudy Gobert. I mean, he's always been known as a decent center in the All-Star game, and plus he has many All-Star appearances. So don't be shocked if he does get in. I'm just not really expecting it that much. Next, we have Draymond Green. Probably not. I don't think he makes the All-Star team. I mean, as much as you want to say Draymond, he has been a little bit better at the 3-point area, but I don't think he really has done enough this year to really convince me that he makes the All-Star team this year, especially when he's not on the draft board right now. Yeah, I don't think he makes it, but I'm not going to completely guarantee that he's not going to make it. He's not going to miss. Next, we have Jalen Green. Definitely making the All-Star team, definitely being a reserve in that team. This guy has been balling out all year, and that's basically kind of the reason why Houston is Houston right now. That's kind of why Houston is dominating so far this year. Jalen Green has been absolutely absurd. I'm expecting him to make a reserve unit. Next, we have Tyrese Halliburton. I'm not going to guarantee him basically what these two categories means. It means you're kind of basically guaranteeing an All-Star position to him, but Tyrese Halliburton, I mean, he's been off to a slow start in the year, but he's really starting to pick it up now. I'm going to say he does have a more likely possible chance to make it in, but I'm not going to guarantee him automatically a NBA All-Star spot. I think it's more likely he does get in, but I'm not really going to guarantee it. Next, we have James Harden. 50-50 shot. I mean, I like James Harden. I think he has a great shot, but I don't know about this year, man. I don't know if he makes it in. I mean, maybe he does. I'm not sure, but we're gonna give him 50-50 shot for now. Next, we have Tobias Harris. No, he's not making it. Next, we have, I don't even know who this is. I completely forgot, but they're not making it. After that, we have Josh Hart. No, Josh Hart, he's not making the All-Star team. Next, we have Tyler Hero. I'm actually going to guarantee him as a reserve. I'm being completely honest. I love Tyler Hero. I think his game completely stepped up from this year comparing to last year. He's been really fucking good. He's been pretty damn good this year. I like the way he shoots the basketball. He has a lot of upside, a lot of potential. I think he's well deserving a All-Star spot this year. Next, we have Drew Holiday. 50-50 shot. I mean, can't really complain about Drew Holiday. I do think he does have some chance. He has a couple All-Star appearances now and then. I do think if the NBA does pull out an All-Star, it'll be Drew Holiday. But I'm not, like I said, I'm not going to guarantee it, and I'm not going to say more likely. So I'll say 50-50 shot. Next, we have Chet Holmgren. Injuries. I mean, it's kind of like injuries. He's just not playing. He probably would be an All-Star if he was playing. Next, we have Al Horford. No. I like Al Horford. I think he's an underrated player, but I don't think he's going to make it. Next, we have Brandon Ingram. He's injured. He's not playing, and even if he does get in, he's going to miss too many games. Next, we have Kyrie Irving. I'm not going to say guaranteed reserve because he has been in and out of the lineup a little bit, but I'm still going to say that he has a good chance of making it in. Listen, if you don't have Kyrie Irving in the All-Star team, I will kind of be shocked because I think he's done more than enough to get in. Uncle Drew should be back in the All-Star game this year. He's been fantastic. Next, we have Jaren Jackson Jr. I'm not going to guarantee it, but I do think he has a good chance of making it. I like Jaren Jackson. I just love this game. I think his game is absolutely phenomenal. I think he can do a lot of great things out there. I think he has, he made a couple All-Star appearances, and he kind of had some starters position those guarantees. So I like Jaren Jackson. I think he's more likely to get in. Next, we got LeBron. I mean, this one's pretty obvious. If you don't have LeBron, he's a lock starter, and that's all you need to know. Next, we have Cam Johnson. No, he's not making the All-Star team. Next, we have DeAndre Hunter, I think that is. Nah, he's not making the All-Star team either. Next, we have Jokic. If you don't have Jokic in the All-Star game, then the NBA would literally then the NBA will call. The Denver Nuggets would call the NBA and just basically tell them to get out of my fucking league because there's no way Jokic is not making the All-Star team. Next, we have Walker Kessler. I'm going to say probably not, but he has made an All-Star game before, so I'm not really going to say, hell no. I'm not going to say there's no shot he makes it, but I don't think he's going to make it. Next, we have Zach LaVine. Probably not. I know Zach LaVine's kind of the front runner of the Bulls, but if you're asking me, I don't think he makes it. Next, we have Kawhi Leonard. Injuries just hasn't. I like Kawhi Leonard a lot. I think he'll be up here if he was more healthier, but I think he missed too many games to put you as an All-Star position. Next, we have Damian Lillard. He's a guaranteed reserve for me. I think he'll make it to the All-Star again this year. Damian Lillard's actually been pretty damn good this year. I know another player's off to an okay start, and now he's really starting to pick it up. So if he continues that, I think he's in the top 5 in guard in the East. I think he'll make it in. Next up, we have Lauri Markkanen. I'm actually going to say it's a 50-50 shot. Like I said, if you want to represent one person from the Jazz, it's Lauri Markkanen because he's pretty damn solid. But besides that, the rest of the Jazz are horrible. So I think he's a 50-50 shot. After that, we have Tyrese Maxey. Now, you could say that he's kind of down here. He's injuries. He hasn't really played that much. But when he did play, he completely balled out, man. I'm actually going to say yes. I'm actually think he's actually going to make the All-Star team. I think there's a more likely chance he makes it. I'm not guaranteeing it, but I think he has a good chance. Next, we have CJ McCollum. Probably not. I mean, I like CJ. I do. I think he's a very underrated player, but just kind of like what Zach LaVine is, I don't think he has enough potential to make the All-Star team. Next, we have Donovan Mitchell. He's a guaranteed reserve. He should be able to make the All-Star team. He's basically leading that Cavs team to one of their best seasons ever. If I'm being honest, I would not be surprised if this man was a starter because, like I said, how well Cleveland's doing this year. Next, we have Evan Mobley. I'm going to say a 50-50 shot for Evan Mobley. Actually, I think he has a great chance of getting in. Like I said, Evan Mobley, he's actually been pretty damn good. He's been scoring the ball really good. He's been blocking shots left and right. I like Evan Mobley. I think it's a 50-50 shot. I'm not guaranteeing anything here, but I think he has a slim chance. After that, we have Malik Monk. Here's the thing. Here's the thing about Malik Monk. If he was healthy, I would put him right here to 50-50 shot because this man is pretty damn good off that Kings bench. But if you look at it, he's probably not getting in. I mean, as much as I like Malik Monk, I like his potential, but probably not. I'm gonna say probably not. Next, we have John Morant. I'm gonna say most likely to get in. If he did get in, I would not be surprised. If he was out, I wouldn't be that shocked either. But not guaranteeing anything to either. But I think John Morant. I think he's more likely. I think he's kind of more of like a fan favorite to get in. Next up, we have who is this? Is that Devontae Murray? Nah, I don't think he played enough games to get in. I think he's just been injured throughout the entire season. Next, we got Jamal Murray. I'm going to say 50-50 shot for Jamal Murray. He's really starting to pick it up. I'm not going to say more likely to get in because he has missed some couple All-Star games, but we're going to say 50-50 shot. He has a slim chance. After that, we have Chris Paul. 50-50 shot. Not gearing anything to here either. I think Chris Paul, he's still an elite playmaker. He can still make the guys around there better. So I wouldn't be surprised if Chris Paul made the All-Star team, but I don't think that he has enough potential. We'll see. It's a 50-50 shot. Who knows? I think Chris Paul, he could make it. Next, we have Jordan Poole. No, Jordan Poole is definitely not making the All-Star team. Next, we have Michael Porter Jr., very underrated player, but he's not going to make the All-Star team. Next, we have Kristaps Porzingis. He's been injured too much. You know, you missed about the first. What was it? You missed the first. I mean, this is only like your fifth game coming back, so he doesn't have a chance because he missed too many games, and I think that's just reality of it. Next, we have Julius Randle. Do I dare put him in? Probably not. You know what? I'll give it to him. He's been decent this year. I'm gonna give him 50-50 shot. I was thinking about giving probably not because just like the competition in the West, but we'll give him 50-50 shot. Next we have Austin Reeves. No, Austin Reeves. Not unfortunately, I have to say this, and I'm a Lakers fan. I do not think he makes it in. Next we have D'Lo. No, D'Lo. No, I mean he's not making the All-Star. Next we got Domantas Sabonis. I'm gonna say more likely actually. Like Domantas Sabonis, I think he's actually a pretty good damn center. And in the West, they're gonna need some centers. So why not give Domantas Sabonis? I think he could be a solid option. He already has many All-Star appearances, so I think he's more likely to get in. Next we have Algun Sengun. More likely, I like Sengun. I'm not gonna lock him in as a reserve, but I do like his potential. I do think he has a great shot. Basically, kind of him and Jalen Green's basically the only reason why Houston's been pretty damn good this year. Next we have Colin Sexton. No. Next we have Pascal Siakam. 50-50 shot. Listen, I still like Pascal. I think he could be a very underrated player. But do you really think he's played too many games? Like, do we really think he's going to potentially be an All-Star? I don't think so. I think it's been 50 shot, but I'm not going to guarantee that he does not make the All-Star team. But we'll just give 50-50 shot. Next up, we have Jalen Suggs. Probably not. I like him, and I do think he has a slight chance, but at the end of the day, probably not. Next, we have Jason Tatum. Yeah, he's a starter, and that's just all he needs. He's a starter. He's been a starter the last few years, and he'll always be a starter. Next, we have Amir Thompson. No, I mean I do like his upside, but no, he's not gonna be an All-Star. Next we have Karl Anthony Towns. I'm actually gonna say more likely. I think Karl Anthony Towns is getting in. The reason why I say Cat because I think Cat he's still a pretty good damn player. He's doing whatever he can with the Knicks. He's actually being really productive with the Knicks. So there wouldn't be a shot that he gets in, but I'm gonna say more likely. Next we have Miles Turner. No, he's not making the All-Star. Valanciunas, no. Fred VanVleet. I'm gonna go probably not for Fred VanVleet. I mean he's been solid this year, but it's kind of like Bradley Beal. Bradley Beal, Draymond Green. I don't think he gets the cut. Next we have Devin Vassell. Probably not. I mean, like I said, kind of like Fred VanVleet. I like his potential, but he's probably not getting in. Next we got Vucevic. Probably not. Listen, he's an underrated center that can shoot threes, and he could do some work in the inside, but probably not. Next we have Franz Wagner. 50-50 shot for Franz Wagner. I like his game. I think he has a good, decent chance. Am I expecting to get in? Probably not. He'll probably be at the bottom half of my 50-50 shot, but he has his slim chances. Next up, we have Wemby. I actually think I'm actually gonna lock Wemby as a starter. I mean, he could be a starter in the West. It really depends on what the Actually, no, I'm not gonna lock Wemby in. I think he'll be a reserve because you gotta look at the front court. Like you got LeBron, Kevin Durant, Jokic. So, well, I'm not gonna lock him as a starter, but we will say he's definitely a guaranteed reserve. He should make the All-Star team. Next, we have Kobe White. No, likes the upside, but he's probably not gonna make it in. Same thing with Derek White. Like his chance, somewhat like his chances, but I don't think he makes it. Next we have Andrew Wiggins. Probably not. He's probably not good. He's probably not gonna squeeze it through. Next we have Jalen Green. I think that his name is. No, this is Williams. Devontae Williams. I think this is. Nah, he's not making the All-Star. Zion Williamson. He's injuries. He hasn't played too many games. And next we have Trae Young. I think he's more likely. I'm gonna say more likely for Trae Young. He's been a pretty damn beast out there for Atlanta, so I would not be shocked to be making him. But at the same time, I'm not guaranteeing him an All-Star spot. So we're gonna say more likely. Alright guys, and that is going to do it for this video. If you guys haven't already, make sure you hit that like, subscribe, and make sure to join the Discord. Make sure you guys go join us tonight for our NFL live reaction show. And what do you guys think about this list? What do you guys think? What should I change or what should I not change? But anyway, we'll see you guys later on tonight. This is BigBearsNation.com. Peace out. Stay safe. We'll see you guys in the next one. We'll see y'all then.